So this morning we're having a little bit of boat trailer ballet. What I want to do is I want to put this axle under that trailer. That axle with the big ugly wheel that sticks away out here is coming out from under it. This one is going underneath there and will be lifted. I'll be able to disconnect that spring and sit this on top of that spring and then fasten it onto that. But I want to get the boat off of here because, well, obviously if I'm going to be working on the trailer, the boat is like sitting on it. It's right in the way. So what I'm going to do is, and y'all have to follow along with the narrative here, as they say in politics. What I'm going to do is, y'all hear me getting a wheel with my golf cart? I've pulled out the big long pontoon boat trailer that was down in there where I got attacked by yellow jackets yesterday. Now the reason I was down in there is because I was talking about building a little shed right here outside the back door of this. But it's not really going to be a very pretty shed. It's just going to be kind of a really basic place to set my saw, my table saw. And I thought, well, it would look ugly sitting there because this is actually kind of a pretty little building with the Coke sign and all that right there. So rather than sit it there, why not sit it back here out of the way? So I went back here out of the way, and that's where I got stung by the yellow jackets. I was going to move this little holly tree because, by the way, speaking of trees, I have a little mimosa tree springing up here. Now, there was a time when there was no mimosas anywhere, but lately I've been seeing them everywhere. So maybe God's just saying, hey, you want mimosa trees? Here's a few, and flinging seeds out. But anyway, that's beside the point. And by the way, that's where the nest is, or was. I guess it's still there, where the yellow jackets were. I came down here this morning and gave them another big drink of gasoline. And what I'm going to do is, this trailer that I had set up for Todd, he didn't take it. So what I'm going to do is take this tin off, and rather than carrying it back over there, I'm going to lay it behind that log just inside the core property. And then I'm going to use these pieces here to stand up the walls of my building, and I'll use this tin to put on the roof of it. And it's not going to be much of a building. In fact, I'm going to actually get it kind of framed up before I go up to town to get the permit on it, because I'm not even sure exactly how it's going to turn out. But low buck is what I'm shooting for. Low buck. Not spend a lot of money. So, and then after I get this tin off this trailer, I'm going to take it up to the house. I'm going to take the trailer that little mini speedboat is on and back up to this. I'm going to try to slide that boat back onto this trailer. That way it'll give me an opportunity to work on that other trailer without having that boat on it. And it'll also, by putting this tin off here, it'll be closer to where I want to build my building. And I do want to get in here with my tractor and push some dirt down in there. I want to try to level up just a little spot right in there, and that's going to be where this next little building. Now, I know I had talked about putting a little cabin up in the woods up yonder and having it be like a banjo barn with a front porch, but since I'm starting to kind of move into this one, I'm thinking, well, if I do this, then I don't have to build another building up there, and I can have my banjos in here, and I can work on them in here but make sawdust out here. That just makes a lot more sense. The other thing about it is I can come in here with my mower and mow down these maple trees. You see how fast these maple trees are sprouting up? I mean, you give them a year and you're going to have big maple trees that are going to be much harder to deal with. So it's a good idea to mow them down. And I've got some stumps in here, but if I get in here and do some chainsaw work, maybe I can take down some of these stumps so I can mow over these and then bring the tractor in and pull. I got a little gravel pile up here that maybe I could push down in there. I don't know. There's a lot to do. I'll stop talking and I'll get busy unloading tin. The primary thing to watch out for is snakes, as always is true. That's an interesting hole. I wonder what lives in that. So if I handle this right, I could just stand on the trailer and slide all these pieces off without actually having to wade around through what could be snake infested area here. So let's just unstrap this here. I guess the other thing is that if Todd ever does decide that he does want this trailer, I can still get it for him. I am still keeping an eye out for yellow jackets, by the way. I don't want them little sneaky rascals coming up behind me. Like there's a wasp right there. I don't want him either. I am not in favor of feeding myself to the wasp and yellow jackets. And you know, as I'm doing that, I'm even thinking, well, you know, for all I know, there could be a wasp nest in this tire that I'm unhooking. So you just never know. That's the thing. You have to be on your guard. You never know when you're going to run across a snake, a wasp, a yellow jacket, any of that nasty stuff. Mean and nasty stuff, like Arlo Guthrie would say. Well, wouldn't it be nice if I could get all of this to slide right off of there in one big push? It's going to take somebody stronger than me to do that. By doing it that way, I'm not putting this on Corps property. Army Corps of Engineers has a rule that everything beyond those trees stays natural, so I'm actually not even pushing that into Corps property. So I'm being respectful of their wishes, because I appreciate what they do. I like having an all natural area behind my house there. I'd much rather have that than 10,000 boat docks. See, there's still a dirt dauber flying around there, which makes me think, yeah, there could be a nest in there somewhere. I'll take that up on the hill and we'll hook the boat trailer to the one with the boat on it, to this thing. Either this or the lawnmower, one or the other. Now, another thing I might want to do if I'm going to bring that boat out into the weather is put the cover back on that motor. That way, if it's out in the weather for very long while I'm working on the trailer, it'll be protected from having that motor get wet. Let's go in there and look at that. Alrighty. Where'd I put my glasses? I know I put them someplace where I wouldn't lose them. Maybe they're on the golf cart. I can't show y'all nothing I can't see. Nope, not there. Okay. Probably what I ought to do is get me some barn glasses and some garage glasses, so that when I get out here without them, I have some I can put on. I might have some here. Let's see about these ones. See if they're any good. They might be. So, I took a few things off this motor, but not a lot, and I might be able just to set this cover back on there, stick a couple screws in it, and set the other cover on it. Yeah, I'm going to cut y'all off while I attempt to do that. So we've got the cover on here, everything except this little front plate. This is Mercury. What the heck did I do with that thing? Probably what I'll have to do is go in the house and watch my own video the day I took that off. Because I remember asking somebody how did it come off, and then I discovered how it came off, and then I made a video of it, and I probably set it right over here somewhere. But anyway, I will run across it, so rather than stop my progress while I'm looking for it, I'll wrap this up in bubble wrap. That'll basically keep the bugs, hopefully at least slow down the bugs and the spiders and the moisture that would tend to get in there, so that I can go ahead and move my boat. The other thing I need to do is tilt my motor up. This boat is heavier in the back the way it's sitting. Of course, nothing here is permanent. This boat's just sitting on a couple pieces of wood here, so I can move it forward and back to balance the boat. But right now, it's down. I need this motor to come up so that when I slide it onto the other trailer, that won't be in the way. And I'm pretty sure I got this working before. It was all frozen. It wouldn't move before. I think I got it where I can move it now. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. Going up. And there's a catch here in that hole set up. See, this way this can slide onto the boat. Right here. That'll be good. So, I guess the next thing to do is to get this axle out. This new axle, the one I'm going to use, out from under the boat. Okay, now I'll go back and get the big John Deere. I kind of want to sharpen its blades too while I'm at it, so what I might do is I get this boat swapping around done. I might just bring it in here and try to get up under and see if I can sharpen the blades without taking the body off, without taking the motor deck off. I might be able to do that, and while I'm messing around with all that, I might find that little plate that goes on that Mercury motor, which I'm sure I'll put somewhere in a very safe, easy to find location, somewhere where I can just reach out and touch it should I want to. Yep, sure that's what I did. Okay. So it looks to me like this is going to work real nice. The way these boards here are, that should slide right up on there. And I got two good handles there, so I can kind of put a rope on each one, give me something to pull on that will be least likely to damage the back part of that boat. I've also got I bought a winch, a portable winch that operates off of like a screwdriver gun kind of thing. And I put it somewhere the other day. There seems to be a lot of that going around. Here it is, right here. So this is, if anybody's ever messed with a winch before, you already know that if you have anything that is of any use at all, it's going to be heavy. Now this winch operates off of a socket, and that's 10 millimeter, I think. I did this the other day with something out of here. I'm going to put y'all over here while I find the right connection. Let's take this and that out to the trailer. I'll get it all hooked up and then I'll put the camera back on. I don't think I got a video of that, which is really disappointing. But what I did was I used this little portable winch and my DeWalt air gun to pull this backwards onto this trailer from that trailer. And now this trailer is available for me to work with it. Okay. It actually fits better on that trailer than it did that little one. Huh. Careful now, Todd might lose his trailer.